Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Ebon Sales Exalted, Season 1, Episode 27, Into the Ruins. We shall begin, as we always do, with our introductions. And for those that are here for Exalted, I hope you enjoy the version 3 of our tabletop layout.
Oh, woo.
But let's go ahead and start those intros, Kerr.
Hello everyone, I'm Kerr, I'm the storyteller, I am the one who runs this game, I'm the one who watches all of my plans go up in flames, because, oh god, plans never survive contact with the Exalted. But yes, today should be fun, today should be happy fun times, hopefully, nothing too bad. And we'll get to have some enjoyable stuff. Also, Guaco, I can already see you're eyeing the tip goal, and I see the gears moving in your head.
Whatever do you mean?
I know what I did. I know what I unleashed upon myself.
I did say I did not like the looks of that tip goal.
I do.
I like it.
Ashford, you're up.
Hello, I'm Warnimal, and I play Ashford, the fluffy pirate wolf friend.
What's your exaltation?
Hold on. I forget. Row. Where is my sheet?
I forget too, so you know. Was it abyssal?
No, is it? No. Not
Infernal.
Infernal, that's the word I was looking for. Infernal
go.
Exalted. Yeah, same as Sarc. Row. My fucking Google Drive.
Well, alright. Toshime, you are up.
I am Toshime, and I am playing Guaco Pelps, a Solar Exalt.
I am Razim, and I am playing as...
A magnanimous dispensation.
Tokeme tipped $110. Big Fish Boy.
I am
Big
apparently
Fish Boy.
playing... I am apparently playing as a magnanimous dispensation.
The fuck does that even mean?
I was going
I
to make
am-
that joke.
I have no idea. But in reality, I am playing as Nevis, King of Conquerors. And he is a lunar exalted. Sarc?
I'm Sarc, or a Karma Wolf, or whatever. I'm Infernal. Also,
One
Ashford.
is a sleepy.
Work is hard.
Mood. Sarc is also big fluffy.
Oh, did I forget to say it? Yeah, I'm a werewolf.
Yeah, big fluffy werewolf infernal.
Sarc is a big, fluffy, pink unicorn.
Wait till you see him in battle.
Hey, Ashford, remind me to kill Nevis later.
I got you.
Thanks, boo. Also, that's a joke, by the way.
Well,
I'm not actually gonna. I'm not actually gonna try to kill Nevis.
I was hoping not.
well, let's go ahead and begin with the recap. Though, Toshime, thank you so very much for the support and helping to keep this channel going. I can't do it without you. Thank you. So, Ashford is the new one. You get to do the recap.
Okay, let's see what I can yoink from my memory. So guys were traveling towards some. I mean, Sarc is on some island thing making fortifications. You guys are all on the ship heading towards some other island. I can't remember the name of or reason. And then you come across my ship as I am traveling towards some place to get me some booty. And you guys stop me and board my ship and bring me aboard your ship, and we have our little chat. And Sarc comes along, and because of Ashford's relationship with Sarc, previous relationship with Sarc, as they're both in the same can't remember. They were both the same like crew or what was it? I can't remember the name of what it was. Blanking, but you guys decided to let me tag along as a this since we have similar goals. And for part of that session, it was just Ashford and Sarc kind of chatting for a bit on my ship.
I mean, yeah, it's basically what happened.
That's about what I can remember off the top of my head right now.
Kirk, would you mind filling in the blanks there then? Please.
I feel like this is a car chart, but it might not be.
Kirk?
Ergo Burr.
I was muted.
Oh.
Herpader. Okay. Sorry, I was talking to myself. Basically, that covered most of it, and then there was an underground facility that started up, and the ship detected it and began to put out calls for you guys. And you guys were getting ready to dive down. Well, / you guys were diving down to go and investigate this facility. And
Oh yeah, I think Sarc and I went back to the bigger ship to go die with y'all.
Yep. Dive, dive, dive. And as you guys are moving down underwater, great lights of essence lighting up around the ship to both illuminate the inside as well as screens coming up to show you the outside. and it's barotrauma. Very dark, very spooky. Is spoopy.
Oh, well, I've got this
And-
covered then. All right, Toshime. Congrats, your security. Ashford, you're gonna be, we're gonna put you on assistant duty. Sarc, you get to be medic.
What have I done? What have I
Jeff,
done?
Ashford grabs the clown mask and
Mm.
costume.
I'm not healing anyone. I am going to hoard all of the healing kits because I myself need to stay alive because I'm the medic and I'm the only one who's able to heal anyone. So fuck you all.
Ashford honks the bike horn.
Kerr, you should. I'm sorry, but you really should know better by now.
Ashford plants C4 on the reactor.
It didn't even cross my mind until the word left my mouth, and then I realized, oh, what have I done? I was just looking for an example to describe the scenery outside.
Ashford injects Nevis with Velocips Calyx eggs.
Nevis is immune because lunars cannot be transformed against their will.
Hey,
Haha.
They cannot.
Yeah, even against the space cordyceps.
Yes, their bodies cannot be changed or shapeshifted at all. They are utterly immune to it because of their tattoos. A lunar can walk into the deep, deep recesses of ultimate chaos and not be shapeshifted into a pile of sludge because they are perfectly immune to it. Because the tattoos they have will hold their shape. Shaping magic will not work on them. Nothing will work on them that changes who or what they are.
Wow.
Yes.
Duke.
You guys are heading down.
Look at the baby Sable.
See the bonds of everything, chemicals and whatnot. So
Sorry.
that far-fetched
His
for him to
baby.
be like, yes, I see you have this. Here's some like.
Anyways, carry on. Sorry.
doctor's-
It is. You are heading deeper and deeper and deeper. And one of your screens begins to flash. Nevis, I'm assuming you're in the captain's chair.
Yes. I need security on turrets. We've got contacts at 3 o'clock.
Actually, it is a hailing message.
Well, this has never happened before. Okay, we'll get serious. Nevis will look at it and it was RD.
Yes.
Fair.
RD, bring up the message.
So
Doing so. Doing so, Captain. And the screen will flash and slowly change as you'll hear a message come through. This is Research Facility 3261. We currently cut off. We have no way to reach the surface. If anyone can receive our signal, please help us. and then the message just loops over and over again.
Audie, are you able to
But I enjoyed it.
respond? Are we able to reach out and try to contact them?
I can attempt to make contact, yes, sir, if that is what you wish. It will reveal our positions to anyone who might be monitoring.
We are the Exalted. Why do we care?
I simply wished to warn you, Captain.
Fair enough. Do it.
Opening channel. Channel has been set. You may speak when you are ready, Captain.
This is Nevis, King of Conquerors. Is anyone hearing me?
Rather than a voice, you see a screen come up and a message right out in Old Realm. So these look like these ancient looking glyphs pop up on the screen. Yes, we hear you.
Is anyone alive there?
Yes, we are.
We are making an approach to see what we can do.
Who are you?
As I said, I am Nevis, King of Conquerors.
Do you wish to help us?
Yes, that's what I said.
System is still cutting out. Difficult to hear.
RD, relay what I am saying as text.
Doing
In
so,
written
Captain.
form.
It is being done now.
Relay what I've already said prior.
Transcript.
Transcribing now. It has been sent. And a moment later. Please come to the northwest dock. And a little ping on your map shows up. And you can see a download coming through of what looks to be it said that it's a research facility, but this place is built like a freaking underwater fortress. It's huge. You know how big the island is above you? This thing is about 5 or 6 times bigger than that.
Ah!
This place is less like facility. This is more like giant city. Or small country size.
And it's all under the water?
Just because
It's all under the water.
Dome cities.
Very well, we
Yes.
shall arrive shortly.
You're still quite a bit out. Still. And it doesn't take long before the city does come into view. This facility it's breathtaking to look at. Much of the build trying to think of the way I want to describe it. It's made of what looks to be large tunnels made of blue jade connected to these great domes, or connected just straight up to what looks to be a combination of orichalcum, moon silver, and blue jade buildings. And it just seems to go on and on and on as far as you can see. All these tunnels crisscrossing across the floor of the sea, or rising up when the ground breaks, and just connecting to each other. And despite everything, you know, like 2,000 years of probably very little maintenance, everything looks to be like pristine on the outside based on what you can see here.
Well, I mean, we'll do our approach.
Hmm. Yeah.
Definitely
make your
looks
way.
I
nice.
think of the tail system.
As you make your way towards the fortress, Artie will speak up. Sir, would you like any of the information on this facility before we dock?
If you have information on it, yes, I would love it.
This is a first stage relic.
Let me see. Going through my data banks now, sir. Yes, this research facility. The files are encrypted, however, I do have authorization for it. It appears that with this facility, it was a facility meant to research death, life, and new organisms. It was the stated project goal for this facility was developing new species that could be introduced into creation, as well as studying life and death and attempting to end death, as it were. People would still die, but their souls would be able to inhabit new bodies with all of their memories intact.
So, similar to the Dragon Kings.
The Dragon Kings were some of the test subjects for this location, yes.
Ashford's just gonna kind of overhearing it say, "All right, these people are going into some sketchy shit. What kind of failsafes does this facility have?"
This facility has no access to the outside world, as well as what was the most advanced sorceress workings to protect it, to hide it, and there was also a guardian around this location who ensured that any ships that tried to come here unauthorized were taken out.
But there was that warning it was giving off when we were approaching.
Yeah, did they give any other information about anything else about their situation?
Specifically for this location, like, what exactly are you looking for? Sorry.
What info have they given about their distress? Why they
There isn't
getting
anything on that in RG's files, it seems, and nothing that's really been sent.
Okay.
Likely it was something that probably had to do with the usurpation when the Solars were slaughtered. But whether it reached here or not, one can't say for sure. This is very, very deep and very, very difficult to get to.
You need first stage technology, and that hasn't been around for a while.
Mm-hmm. This place has been probably untouched since the usurpation days. The issue is what has been going on in this facility since then, and based on RD's files, it looks like they were trying to grow new life. What that life took the form of, it's been 2,000 years since then. Who says anything even survived?
Or
Some
what
of
it's
us are
become.
ready to open up the tomb.
But if you have any other questions about like the facility and such, feel free to ask, and I can answer the questions.
Is there a way that you can bring up a floor plan of sorts for this?
Yes, he does have that. He would be able to bring that up. And you would be able to see like all the tunnels, the birthing chambers, the growth chambers, what are called the life chambers. You can see the areas that are made for the crew, like the cafeteria, the bedrooms, the homes, the living spaces.
Water filtration.
Yep, they have their own farms growing food. All of it is automated through essence and machines. Nothing takes, basically everything in this facility is done through either automation or demonic creatures taking care of it. This place is probably going to be packed full of demons. But their sole job is basically to keep this facility running and everything. So that's their whole thing, is to keep this place going.
The Egyptians believed the most significant thing you could do in your life was die.
Of course, I played that one.
Yes. Any questions from anyone else?
Not here.
I don't suppose there's any way you can find out what might have gone on in the last 2,000 years or so?
I would need a
I
direct
doubt it.
access point to the control room.
I figured as much.
If you could get as a little machine just comes out of the control panel in front of you, Nevis. If you could install this into the control room, I would be able to access their files and get through any firewalls or defense systems that they have.
Very well. Nevis will take the machine, and he is studying that map very thoroughly.
Yes. The place is very, very large, but it is very organized and neat with the way it's set up. So it's like all the creature experimentation is in one area. It's a very large area, but it is one area. You can see the study of life and death is in another area. And you have the living chambers and like the living areas for the crew and the scientists in another area. And then you have, it looks like in like the center where all of these areas converge in the middle, is like the control room for everything. Sort of set up like a really, really big triangle now that you think about it. It's got a lot of stuff also going on in like the middle of the triangle and around the edges of it, but for the most part, this is the way the place is set up. And it looks like you guys are heading towards the beast chamber, so to speak. And it doesn't take long before you guys do make contact and dock. What do you want to do, though?
Nevis will I will go and disembark.
Okay. I wasn't sure, like, if you wanted to bring more people or if there was anything else that you guys wanted to do too.
He'll have his armies on standby, but no real reason to bring them all right now.
Okay, we made it here. Time to throw off Sarc and Ashford, and then we can leave.
Sad to lose.
Are you even there, Sarc?
Oh, I typed in the chat.
In tabletop dungeon chat.
He just said yes. Sarc agrees with Ashford.
Is there any crabs inside?
Hold up. Where did he type it?
This VC's chat.
Oh.
Where is it at?
If you're gonna be using text, use the Fantasy Grounds text chat. So preferably use voice.
I didn't even know there was a little chat thing in there.
All voice channels now get one.
Okay, sorry, I was just double checking something. Alright. So you guys everyone's gonna be going out then?
Ashford will be going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And slowly as you guys make your way, it's just you guys, correct? You're leaving everyone else inside?
Unless somebody wants to bring a crab along.
I mean, Craberius is always with Nevis, as well as Nevis's familiar,
Yeah.
Moticus.
I was just wondering, like, any people specifically.
No.
Okay, just double checking. The door hisses open and slowly slides up, and you get the smell of, it's not like, it's not, I'm trying to think of the word I want to use here for this. It's not like musty old recycled air, but the air here is like, you can almost get the sense that it is old, that it is like this hasn't been opened in literal centuries. And as you guys do, there is someone waiting for you at the door. It is a large lion made of what looks to be emerald green jade. It is regal, majestic, powerful. And Sarc and Ashford, you guys recognize this thing on sight without even needing to roll. This is one of the I can talk, I swear. This is one of the Teodoji. They are known as the lions sent into the world. They are considered to be the high priests and clerics of the Yozai. Guaco, what kind of exalted were you again? Just, you're Dawncast, right?
Yes.
Okay, just double checking. And one of these lions is standing there waiting at the door. And as it hisses open, he looks at you all. And you can almost see like this emerald flame flicker in his eyes. Before he looks specifically at Ashford and Sarc. And he bows. My lords, we welcome you to this facility. We are humble in your presence.
Hello, I am Nevis, King of Conquerors. You are unable to reach the surface, then?
This is correct. We have not been able to reach the surface. We have been trapped here for over 2,000 years.
Sark's gonna look at Ashford and be like, why did that thing just call us lords?
Because you are chosen of the great ones, my lord. Thus, you too are deserving of the respect reserved for the great ones, the true lords and gods of creation.
Fair enough.
Astro does look over to Sarky, but then just nod, be like, "Oh well, okay."
Quick interrupt. Kerr, would we know that this was...
Yes,
Like,
you know that you're lords of demons.
Oh, okay.
You guys were weighted when you guys were being trained as infernals. You guys were weighted on hand and foot by all sorts of varieties of demons. when it comes to demons, like just recognizing what they are, you can do that without having to make a sagacity roll. You literally have seen all of the basic kinds, and you would have been taught about them. That just recognizing one, you can do that. Remembering everything that you were taught about them might require a roll, but just knowing the specific type, like this is one of the Teodoji, you can do that without having to make a roll. You all may make a sagacity roll if you want more information about them, though.
All right, then I'm gonna change my thing and go to Ashford and say, it's about time we start getting shown respect.
Ashford just gotta give a smile and what?
Have they explained why they need to get up to the surface yet?
They've just been trapped here.
I'm gonna look at them and say, what's trapping you?
Our bonds, of course. We are duty bound to serve this place until that it fades and fails.
And you
But
wish
the
to get up
duty-
to the surface.
Correct. We require one such as yourself to release our bonds and to release us from the sorcery that binds I, my brethren, and all of the other demons at this location. If you wish to accompany me, I would be more than happy to bring you to the one who is currently in charge.
That works
Do
for me.
it.
But yeah.
All right, let's have a look around this place.
Sarc, what do you know of a demon's bonds?
You may roll sagacity if you wish, Sarc.
Fuck. I gotta look shit up.
If the sorcerer dies, then
Alright, so 7 dice. I did a 4.
that's
4
good.
successes. All right. So specifically here,
Wait, no, that was a 3.
Uh,
Fuck.
what you would know is the sorceress bindings. The demons are going to follow not just the word of their bindings, but also the spirit of it. There's not going to be any like silly monkey paw shenanigans, and the demon is going to be loyal, always loyal, no matter what. So long as the bond isn't broken or you don't try to force a demon to do something that's against its nature, the demon is almost never going to try to break the binding once it's been made.
Am I, instead of breaking the binding, am I able to, I guess, like, and I don't know if I would know this or if I would have to roll again, would I be able to, like, replace it?
With the way the sorceress working is done, this facility is likely... Normally when you summon a demon, you're summoning it to fulfill a specific task. These demons are not really summoned that way because once they complete their task, they still continue staying here. So likely what's going on here is what's called a sorceress working. Basically, someone did a great ritual and used magical regions and all these other stuff to basically form a lock for the demons to basically keep them here and working for as long as the facility persists.
And
So-
what kind of I'm guessing it's like a high tech facility.
Yes,
Or-
it would likely be in the control room for this. And if you accessed it, if you could figure out how to get the sorceress working to recognize you as like the master of it, you would also probably be able to command the demons of this location as well.
All right.
Normal sorcerer workings only last, I mean, for this day and age, for a year and a day.
Mm-hmm. For the first stage, though, they were very, very good. Especially like there's 3 different tiers of sorceress workings. Most sorceress workings are only the first tier nowadays. This is at least a 3rd tier, the max, the highest. This would be impossible for anyone but a solar, abyssal, or an infernal to try to do.
Ashford, check your DMs. What do you think about that plan?
They're plotting.
I like this plan.
They're planning. Oh god. My players are planning.
All right, take us to the control room.
He nods. Benezit is also there. She will be delighted to see you.
It works for me.
Asher's just gonna look to Sarc and be like, "Hey, you thinking what I'm thinking?"
Everyone who hears that name, you may all roll sagacity.
Do I need to roll sagacity or do I know?
Yes, because this will be how much information you actually have. Because this one is actually one you might not know.
I rolled a 2.
Good job.
I'll go ahead and spend a mote. What do I double 9s on again?
How do I roll sagacity again?
Oh, just awareness. Okay.
Sagacity plus your whichever stat you want to use it with.
And if you want to describe, you can get better.
Yep. Usually it's somewhat difficult to stunt knowledge stuff.
So I squint my eyes and take my index fingers and like start like twisting them against my temples with my eyes squinted and trying to think really, really hard, like.
Okay.
As I'm doing that.
Dice.
Sorry, what?
That would get you 2 dice.
Didn't help.
They're worth a shot.
Wait, so how do I roll again? I didn't quite understand.
You right click on like the D10, and then you just pick how many dice, and then you push, and then you throw it in the chat. Like you throw the
Yeah,
dice.
I'm
in.
not sure how many dice I should.
So look at your sheet. Take your strongest stat. So however many dots you have in that, plus the sagacity, and then the amount of dots is how many dice you roll.
The amount of sagacity dots plus you choose either your force, finesse, or fortitude, whichever one you're best in.
Okay.
I'm glad I picked up a Sagacity Excellency.
Everyone was getting the rolls done, so we were just waiting. Ashford is making his first roll.
7 and above is a success, and then you put in how many, and then you basically write down how many successes you got.
So right there, you would put in Sag or Sagacity, whatever, equals, you've got 3, yeah, there you go.
Alright. So,
I'm sure he's worth that.
everyone, you all made enough to get at least the basics. And Nevis, you got all the information. Let me get my thing real quick. Benezit, the 33, the Garden of Identities. She / it / he is a third circle demon. So Ashford, Sarc, you guys were waited on by first circle demons. These are a dime a dozen. These are basically like the same thing copied multiple times. It's very rare that you come across a first circle demon that has any sort of like individuality to it.
Fair.
Second circle demons are more unique. There's usually only one of them, and they just do their job and such. Third circle demons, though, are extremely rare, very, 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 very powerful. Like they can probably fight you guys on an even playing field. Like some of them can even fight multiple Exalted at the same time. They're that powerful.
They have
Even,
their
like,
specialties.
Yes. Even the First Age Solars respected and feared them. The only way to summon a third circle demon is during a single week of the year. It takes a week-long ritual to try to call one of them into creation. They are not easy to summon. So, Benezit, though, specifically, in Malpheus, it normally takes on the form of a secret gate constructed of black nacre. Open the gate and it will take you to a garden of 33 terraces where masks grow as fruit and flowers, and every blade of grass, drop of rain, and mote of dust is utterly unique. That is the physical form of Benezit. When asked or commanded to take a human form, they never take the same persona or form twice, even in front of the same summoner. She / it / he is a shapeshifter. It is the bane of conformity. It seeks to shatter the sameness and to make every individual thing completely singular and unique. And she absolutely despises her Malphian prison more than basically every other demon except for like the Ozai. Normally she is summoned for her transformation abilities. Either helping the summoner to change themselves into more perfect forms, or to inflict horrific disfigurements and very nasty changes to other people. Nevis, you are aware of two lesser known things. She hates disguising one creature as someone or something else. And an even more obscure fact that you would know, Nevis, is she is fiercely protective of anything she views as children or her child if she's forced to watch over something. She is extremely powerful, though, and she can be very dangerous if cross. Probably a little bit less dangerous to you, Nevis, because you are a lunar. But for anyone else, her powers would be very effective against them if she decided to turn them on you. Is there any questions?
Other than the fact that I'd like to talk to this demon.
Oh, you are being led there right now.
Oh, okay. Nevis, do you share that information with us?
He will go ahead and share that information, yes.
Paul.
And Curry, you saw the message I sent you?
Let me find it real quick. Give me a second. Oh, yes, I saw that. I saw that.
Child, as you said.
Mm-hmm. 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 All right. It doesn't take long, though, for you guys to make it to what you would think would be a control room. But right now, it looks like a giant, massive garden. And you can see tens of thousands of what looks to be masks growing on trees and bushes. And you can see these bestial creatures just sort of frolicking and playing. And they look like a hodgepodge of all different kinds of animals, just kind of not just like thrown together. It's not like a hodgepodge. They do stand out against each other, but it's very like an artistic manner that they stand out. And you can see a woman sitting on a nest of pillows and just sort of relaxing as she is watching all these creatures just kind of frolic and play.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the crew and say, I think me and Ashford should handle this one. Being what we are.
You could do that. However, as I did relay, if she chose to turn her power on you, you would be in danger.
I'm in danger literally every single day of the week. That changes absolutely nothing.
Aster's gonna say, I think we should
Go
keep
as
the
a
help
group.
nearby.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying not nearby, but let us do the talking.
Go ahead and say what you must.
Very well.
I'm gonna, I guess, approach them and say, "Are you the name you just said, Kurt?"
And is her name?
Then is it?
Ben is it?
Ben is it?
Benezet.
And say, Ben is it? I presume.
She is going to smile and look over at you. and her smile looks like it could light the sky. Indeed. That's me. Welcome. It's been far too long since we've had guests here. Please, come, come. There's much to discuss and talk about. I am truly quite curious to see what creation has become while I've been here working with my children. She waves a hand, and from the grass, chairs and pillows rise up.
I'm gonna go and sit on one of the pillows.
Ashford's just gonna nod, so thank you for your hospitality, and take a seat.
Are the pillows soft at all?
Very soft, very comfortable.
I'm gonna try to stop my tail from wagging. What role is that?
That would be a.
Integrity?
I think integrity. Yeah, I could see that. It's not self-control.
Wow. Okay. No points. 2 successes.
You're able to keep it controlling.
Ashford's just gonna say, well then, what would you like to discuss? To the benefit.
Well, first, I believe I need to compliment all of you. It's so rare that we see such unique creatures such as yourselves.
We're
Normally,
sorry. Go ahead.
normally it's just human, 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 human. You all start to look the same, and it's such a shame. And yet, there's only one human among you, which makes him unique by comparison. It's delightful to look upon, honestly.
Well, we're an odd group of adventurers, and/or would we call us? Well, there's at least one hero here, so we're an odd group.
I can see that. Good. Very good. Tell me, what brings you to my little corner of creation?
Well, we detected this place on our ship, came down here, found you, talked to the line at the front. Apparently, y'all are sort of bound here and wanting to, I guess, escape, see the surface. Maybe see some unique sights.
It doesn't look like everybody wants to leave, looking around at the creatures.
See a
Those
couple unique ships every here and there.
Those have been my children that I have been growing to pass the time. Working on creating a new species.
That's interesting. We're interested in helping to break the bonds that bind this place to you guys, or at least move this place so that y'all can maybe see the surface if that's what you want.
We would love to be able to actually leave here. Considering this facility hasn't been used for over 2,000 years, it's been frustrating being stuck here with little to do and few people to talk to.
Yes, and we wish to break the bond that keeps you here and let you guys use your talents rather than wasting away down here under the sea.
She will smile at that.
It really is quite a shame, all these, all these talents, this place in general, just sitting here. It's amazing, with enough resources of a certain, and I'm going to, sort of name drop the white jade. It's like it's amazing what supply of resources, maybe white jade of some sort could you could do with that in this place, and all the talent here.
Oh, the things that could be created.
Am I smelling a partnership?
I mean, you're smelling whatever you want to, but I'm just saying.
Ashford will smile.
Maybe we can help each other out.
First, you need to know the bond that keeps them here.
Exactly. First, we need to know the bond, and/or if we could break said bond and allow you to access to possible said resources.
She will nod. I would be more than willing to help you with that. To break the bonds that hold me here. To allow me to possibly travel creation. Maybe even at your side. I promise I can be very, very useful.
I'm gonna look at Ashford and say, I think that can be arranged.
Ashford will nod. Now then, let's get to trying to understand exactly what this bond is.
She'll nod. She'll
So
wave
while
a
they're
hand. Oh, good.
While they're discussing, Nevis is going to give the machine to Marticus and have him go install it.
They have a
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, the system is here. It's a big. It looks like a big, like, rectangle of black jade that just rises up out of the grass. And the connection would be able to be made. Yes. And you're able to do all this while they're still talking, so they don't really notice. What exactly, RD does speak in. You would have been given an earpiece, Nevis, so you could communicate with him. Connection established, Captain. I am in the systems now.
He is going
they do
to
1d4 piercing damage,
quietly
and humanoid shape.
say that he wants
You take
all
the appearance
information
of
on
your
what's been
original
going on
ancestry.
here.
So basically,
Downloading now. Oh my. It appears the demon has been working on creating a new race that cannot die.
Repeat that?
It appears the demon here has been experimenting and working on creating a race of creatures that cannot die. Currently reviewing the files.
change into your
Please let me know if you find anything more,
feet, shape. But
Yes, I
such
have
as
a
intentions behind it.
this new race. It is. Oh my. It appears that the entire race is both an individual and a collective race at the same time. Each and every organism is connected to each other. So long as one of them lives, none of them can be killed. You would have to kill each member of the race at the same time in order to actually kill them. Anything else, and they will simply get up and regenerate the damage almost immediately afterwards.
Was this race made from others or created by on its own?
Kurt, check DMs.
You'll
Okay,
see.
murder.
Jaffa says,
Possibly.
sorry I'm late.
Hello, Murder Bird.
Murder bird.
I'm just imagining the sticker you have of you holding up the child. But yes, possibly, Sarc, to answer your question. Oh, and Nevis, for your question, it looks like these were created from bits and pieces of DNA and essence of creatures the laboratory has on hand. You're actually looking at some of them playing right now.
So they weren't actually, people being twisted into this?
Nope. Pretty much it looks like, according to the files, the Dragon Bloods came, they fought and murdered most of the Solars who were here, and then just sort of abandoned the place. Especially when it looks like what appears to be a giant Leviathan began to crush their ships on the outside and destroyed every vessel in and out of this place.
So,
Would it
RD, please be on the lookout for potential attackers.
And has
I am already doing so, Captain.
So we're still talking to the demon, right? To try to like figure out, like, hey, all right, how do we break these bonds?
Yep.
I guess has that gone anywhere?
This is normally when I would turn it over to RZ, because RZ is the resident sorcerer who actually understands and knows how to do this shit.
Rip.
And I gotta keep my heretical mouth shut.
I will say, Nevis does have Ferris who knows sorcery.
That's why I was also asking if you brought anyone along with you at the moment.
I'm going to ask the demon, this place, if we were to somehow move it physically, would you still be bonded to it?
Yes.
Do you know of any way
Jaffa
to
says
move it?
murder has good sagacity.
Or do you have any giant creatures that could possibly lift? Or a collection of creatures that could possibly lift this installation up?
There are 3 ways that would likely be easiest to deal with this. There is a binding stone somewhere in this location. I don't know where it is. I've been looking for it. For the last, 2.5 millennia almost now. I've
It's
been
a
able to
well-hidden
find it.
stone.
If that stone was destroyed, then we would all be free of the binding. It's the keystone, the linchpin for the workings that binds us. The second is for you to simply destroy the entire facility. If there is no more facility, well, there is no more location that we must serve. And oh god.
In this facility, would we be able to, I guess, salvage parts? Could this facility be rebuilt, let's say, in a different location?
Theoretically, yes.
Given enough resources.
Yes, but this place would have to be totaled for the working to break.
And you said there was a third option.
Yes, the third option, using another sorceress working in order to counter this one. Basically to act as an off key to what's binding us here. Those would be the 3 easiest ways to do it.
I'm gonna look at Nevis and I'm gonna yell, "Hey Nevis, we've got big guns on the ship, right?"
Don't be stupid. Let's not blow up everything in here.
I would also prefer not doing that option.
I'm gonna look at Ashford and it's like, "You're good at finding things, right?"
Perhaps.
Think
Better than blowing this place to shit.
I never get to blow anything up. All right. Guess we're gonna find that stone because I don't think we know anyone that can do an off key. We might. First, let's see if we can't find that stone.
I'm not certain where Zool has gotten to, but Ferris is capable of working sorcery.
You should call Ferris then.
Or I can find Keystone.
Or we could try both. You go call Ferris. Three of us can look at the floor plans, see if we can locate possible locations for the stone.
Kerr, as the crow flies.
That's the one that lets you identify the shortest distance.
Mundane route between where I am and where I want to be to the Keystone, even if the path is unconventional. Yep.
What happens if there's something else going against it? Does it say?
The Exalt's impeccable sense of direction and distance never fails her. The Exalt always knows the shortest mundane route between where she is and where she wants to be, even if the path is slightly unconventional. That may mean going over rooftops or cutting through a tea house's kitchen rather than navigating a city's busy streets. May cut corners a number of times equal to her essence during a travel venture without suffering the consequences.
Exalt knows where it is and where it isn't. It knows where it wasn't.
Yes, the missile.
I am not certain that I am fond of this idea of unleashing this group upon creation.
Can I have a scream, please?
I broke it. Because solars know how to work things.
I mean, Kerr, as the storyteller, you can always just be like, yeah, there's something else going on here that prevents it. There's all sorts of possibilities, like a sorceress working, from what I know.
I go by raw of charm. Charm says this.
Well,
Charm
yeah,
allows him to do this. No, the reason why is I thought I was being really, really clever. I thought I was going to be really, really sneaky and make you guys have to work really fucking hard for this.
Kurt, it's in an obvious place that we wouldn't think to look. Like, you're gonna tell me, like, oh, hey, the thing that this place is sitting on, the giant rock, is the stone, or the entire facility is the stone, aren't you?
No.
No.
Okay, then I got nothing.
God fucking damn it. And it's like I thought I planned around that charm because I knew you had it. I thought I planned around it. But no, under that exact
You thought wrong.
You know, right now, I am really glad that I decided to go with this layout for the 6 players. Because it's kind of looking like all of us Exalted are circling the storyteller and bullying him.
Except for murder.
Murder's too cool to look at the storyteller. He looks away.
No, Murder's our lookout for, you know, the teacher keeping us. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kerr. I knew that I was picking a good one with this charm.
You did. I concede this round to you, Guaco, for now.
I'm still saying, sorceress workings, from what I understand, could circumvent the charm.
It's a solar level, though.
It's a solar level sorceress working.
This specific thing that's doing this, that's hiding the keystone, is not a sorceress working. It's a charm.
Oh.
Specifically, it's a sidereal charm.
I mean, we didn't know about that until you just told us.
I know, but I knew it, and I'm not going to just change things to try to screw over my players. It's like, that's why I was checking with Toshimi. It's like, what is it exactly? Is there any way that can root it off? It's like, nope. Nope. It doesn't work that way. It's like, fuck. Okay, yes. You would be able to find it. Quacko.
The
You
only
could-
way it would be to be able to counter it would be taking the shortest distance and one of the rooms be flooded that I can't get through. I know it's through
Yes.
here, but I can't go.
What you see with this charm when you use it, you feel like a tug on your senses, and it's pushing you to turn around.
Okay, the keystone is this way.
When you do, you can see almost a faint little glow in your shadow.
Right here.
And when you reach into and touch your shadow, your hand actually sinks into it, and you're able to close your hand around like a fist-sized object.
Is this the thing that you've been looking for?
I'm gonna walk up to Guaco and look at it.
It is a sphere of what looks to be soul steel etched with ornate sigils and runes on it. And she just stares at it and nods. Yes, that is it.
Kerr,
And
in this
Yes?
setting, it's generally a bad idea to unleash a third circle demon on creation, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely terrible, usually. Like, even the first age solars were terrified of those things. The reason the calibration feast started happening was literally to distract the solars so that they couldn't summon one of them.
I am still very much against bringing the undoing this binding.
I'm gonna look at Sarc is gonna look at Nevis and say, Nevis, what we're dealing with is power. Power is neither good nor evil. Unleashing a powerful demon, depending on how it's used, is a tool. How that tool is used is decided on by the wielder. Take your ship, for example. Massively powerful. Probably one of the most destructive and powerful things in creation. However, it has not wrought such terror and destruction as of yet. This demon, we can mutually work together to create something better. We can use this power can be used and harnessed not to harm, but to improve, to build, to save.
What guarantee do you have that you would be able to control this power?
The fact that I am literally I'm literally half demon, and by binding her to something else and giving a binding that has, with the spirit of the binding being good and genuine, the same force that kept them there, that kept them here, will keep them on the path to create something good instead of destroy.
Sarc, you have mentioned multiple times that you are not good.
Not good in the sense that I've killed a lot of bad people. Not good in the sense that murder has killed many monsters. But this is a chance.
How are you
This
going
is
to
something
find
different.
them?
The same way that it was done here.
With a sorceress
somebody from-
working.
Preferably. Or a deal.
Well, I definitely say it is before we do anything, it is worth a discussion with the group of what should be done here. Well, something could be worked out with her. Could be useful, but we don't exactly know what her intentions are. The whatever they have been creating down here, and we don't exactly want to rush into things and release something that we can't put back in the box once we do it.
Artie, please send Ferris to me.
He is on his way.
Demon, what are your intentions if we were to free you?
I would simply continue working with my children, and I would wish to bring uniqueness to creation.
I want to know precisely in what way. And Kerr, I will remind you that Nevis does have,
The lie detector.
basically.
By exactly what I do. By bringing uniqueness to each and everything in creation, as was my duty when creation was first created.
You have not actually answered my question of how you will do this.
By using my power, of course. Like, no, the way she says that, it's like, to her, this is just obvious. Like, she's not trying to, like, hide anything. It's literally so obvious to her, she just thought, like, you would realize it.
Would I know that bringing uniqueness could mean literally anything we want it to?
Oh, basically, she would not want anything to repeat. Everything down to the tiniest speck of dirt would have to be unique. Nothing is repeated. She hates conformity.
So she would be very much against Nevis's armies, since part of that is, a whole point of an army is conformity. Same armor, same practices, everything in unison.
Yeah, she probably wouldn't care for that very much.
I think you need to think grander. Like bringing about something that has never been done before in creation. That thing that you're trying to do, Nevis, with the whole unite all of creation, build a better world, that's pretty unique. To bring about a
Yes.
change.
Yes, bringing about a change would be unique. This particular change would be unique. However, and correct me if I am wrong, Demon, but you would not. You would seek to change everything all the way down.
Yes.
So, therefore, there would be no chance of people wanting to be united if this were to go through, correct?
Could you say that again? You cut out for me.
There would be no chance of people wanting to be united if this were to go through, correct?
Each and every being, living thing, and non-living thing would be unique and special.
That sounds great. However, would you seek to change change their minds if they chose to be united together into one unified creation?
Just as long as there is no conformity.
That was a yes or no question.
Oh my god, you're both talking in like vague concepts that doesn't each of you doesn't understand one another. Okay, I'm gonna just lay this out. Nevis wants to unite all of creation so that there's basically peace among the world. He doesn't really care if people look different, feel different, or have different tastes. In his new creation, everyone is free to do whatever the fuck they want and be as unique as they want. Nevis, I'm pretty sure she just wants people to be unique. She wants everyone to be different, no one to be forced to be the same.
Yeah, I hate conformity too, Ashford.
Specifically for her, she is the bane of conformity and seeks to shatter all sameness to make every individual thing completely singular and unique. That is her driving goal.
So she is breaking that right now with her children.
Her children are each unique. Each one's physical form is unique.
And yet they're uniformly together.
Yeah, she gets around that though by them being considered both one individual being and multiple beings at the same time. So it does not trigger the ban for her.
For those who haven't realized, this is the exact opposite of the Jade monster person that we just fought.
Yeah, I was looking through third circle demons that might be here, and she's the one that like went the hardest for like the concepts of what they would have been doing, which is why she would have been summoned.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's the one most oriented with dealing with like living things and such, which is what they wanted, and she would be very good for that. But well, she's had 2,000 years of practice since then.
So time to put this keystone into a cache egg and let it go to elsewhere.
I simply want creation to be utterly unique. Every single thing in it to be all its own. That is what I wish to make creation into.
This bind, if we were to bind you to something else, let's say a human being or a living thing, what exactly would that entail? Would said living thing be able to essentially dictate the parameters of what you do, as long as that you agree to them.
Should that be done, it would be a normal binding for a year and a day, or until my task is complete. I would serve, to the best of my ability, the one who bound me.
Are you looking to be bound to this, Sarc?
Listen, I think given that I'm an infernal and my expertise, it kind of just makes sense. Also, if they're bound to one of us, probably less likely that she would go off and do something that we don't want.
How
Also-
unique do you want to be?
I'm already pretty unique.
And you already have a demon inside you.
Well, we're more of the same being. Less of the I'm already bound to one, and more of just now we kind of just created a new thing.
I'm just saying because your demon would have something to say about this. Your Exalt demon. Right, Kerr?
Possibly.
I'm willing to roll the dice. And should something go wrong, I am willing to forfeit my life.
Okay, go ahead and put this in your heart.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm not the sorcerer here.
And we do know that trying to fight this thing would be a very difficult job for our group, right, Kerr?
It would probably be a hard fight to try to beat her. You guys could probably pull it off. She's not exactly a combat-oriented demon, but it would be dangerous to fight her. You could do it. I think you guys could do it. I believe in your party that you could do it. But there is issues that Nevis, you'd probably be the only one who could fight her safely without her being able to fuck with you.
It would be the simplest solution of RD self-destruct this base and us run out. She can't leave with us holding the stone.
But she also said that if this place is destroyed,
That
then
she'd still be bound to it until... And then...
It would have to be utterly destroyed. If part of it survived, the binding remains intact.
So, side question, Kerr.
Yes.
Can Nevis put his put tattoos on his soldiers as well?
You would need to take a special crafting, and you would have to get like the moon silver and stuff. But yes, it would be possible for you to do so. You would just need to learn the tattoos from someone who knows it.
Good to know.
I'd be willing to have Sarc bond to this. If anything goes wrong, it will be up to Sarc to fix it.
I'm okay with that.
Sarc would not be able to fix it on his own.
Okay, then me and Ashford will fix it. Or will... Kerr, would I know that... would I know if I'm in good favor with the Yozai?
As long as you haven't screwed up, you would be, yes.
And as long as you don't change from Yossi to Death Knight.
I actually tried to look to see if Death Knight were actually in the thing, and they're actually not in the book.
They're the Abyssal Exalted.
Never mind then. Listen, my point still stands, is that this is what we're dealing with here is neither good nor evil, but simply power. We use it correctly, which we can. I mean, we use a lot of powerful items all the time. Also, it would probably be very useful against, I'm going to name drop the BBG. The BBEG. Because yes, while we do have Nevisure armies, do we really think we're still going to be able to beat them? We're not just going up against a normal army. We're going up against however many exalts he has under his command. If we just send our armies currently at them, and we'll just be sending bodies upon bodies into a wood chipper. And as someone who's been in the position of being sent in wave style combat, a lot of people are going to die. If we've got this power and we can use this power effectively as a tool, we can save a lot of lives.
What do you know about the BBEG?
Other than what we know, that it's big, bad, and evil, and seems to be at the center of literally everything, and has unlimited resources just based on the fact that every single time we've gone to an area and we've had to fight said army, they've been loyal to said person, to said BBEG. And so just considering how many Exalted we've had to fight, I'm going to guess that there's many, many more. Call it intuition and call it the fact that I've been in horrible wars before, and I usually know how these things go. What we've fought is probably nowhere near their actual strength.
Amahu Suchi, we could take him.
Okay. So at our current strength, you think we could take them? You think we could take them? Okay. What if we don't? What if we fail? If we fail, who else is going to stand up?
The realm. Spoken like a true dragonblood.
Okay. How's the realm been doing? You've seen it yourself. Your sister's seen it yourself. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. The realm isn't winning. The realm is losing. Have you seen the various places we've gone to? That town, I can tell you right now that town that we saved, without our help, they wouldn't have been saved. They would have been destroyed. Every single person in that town would have been dead. That's not an isolated incident. Believe me. The idea that the realm is going to stand up and unite, like, you've also seen it, the amount of chaos, the amount of united front that exists, there is none. Every time we go to a new island, it's a different conflict, more infighting. You don't honestly believe that the realm is just going to magically unite against Mahasuchi and just go and fight them all together.
Jaffa says, I mean, if we fail, we can always try again.
But how many more are going to die?
You haven't seen the real fighting force.
Here's to new beginnings.
Of the realm.
Yes, I haven't seen the real fighting force. All I see is Mahasuchi going and destroying the realm. And yet we're no closer to stopping him. What this represents is a possible way that maybe, just maybe, we can get just a slightly better edge.
This would be more than a slightly better edge, but I am concerned about the long-term repercussions of this. They would only be bound for a year and a day.
Or until the end of whatever service. If it was to be of service to you, Sarc, until your dying breath.
I believe it would still
Why not
last
make
for
that-
a year and a day. Kerr, which way is it?
I'm going to turn to
It's
the
either
demon.
or. It's either a year and a day, or until they're finished with the deal.
Whichever comes first.
So it is whichever comes first. So we
And
could
it
not
can be
do.
renewed.
If you come up with a specific task for them, then they will go until the task. If you just want them to like work for you and do things for you, then it's a year and a day.
But
And I'm assuming
Nevis
the
would know.
Go ahead.
Nevis would know that whatever task they're doing with gets twisted into their own fashion. If you have the murder monkeys help guard a kid, they're going to kill everything in the way of the kid.
Yep, they're going to act their nature.
So
We're also
even
not
then,
dealing with another monkey. We're dealing with something that likes to create.
we're dealing with something that likes to change.
Didn't they not just say that they were creating a whole new species?
That is one thing that they have been doing, but at the core, they like to change. And regardless of whatever bond you would have, they would still act according to their nature. Whatever orders you give them would be twisted towards their nature. Craberius,
Yes.
you've been around longer than any of us, right?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this?
If she was let loose, she would do exactly what she said. And it may not would work well for creation.
I am sorry,
Much
but
like
I
a
will.
lot of things.
Go ahead.
Oh, much like a lot of things don't work well with creation. Much like if we fail.
She's a demon. She is my enemy.
Yeah, and so is me and Wernimal. Or so is
No.
me and Ashford.
You are mortals. There is a difference. She is an extension of one of the Ozai, a personification of part of them, given form and identity. You are a mortal who is given power.
Jaffa says, Murder will ask, who are you calling mortal?
You are exalted. You are chosen. That thing is not. It is a servant of the Ozai, the
And it's-
enemies of creation.
And it's the Exalted that are meant to take on the enemies of creation, to destroy the enemies of creation.
That was your original purpose, yes.
Yet all we've done so far is we've taken the enemies of creation and turned them to our side in almost every single battle. We tried it with the last Exalted that was literally turning people into jade monsters. We tried to convince him to be good. We did that with the assassin dude. All of which were probably pretty bad ideas. If I'm bringing that up. We also agreed to help a demon that basically was king of a bunch of imp people that were trying to go up through the surface and block out the sun.
What
And we were
circle
able to come
was
to a
that?
pretty good agreement.
That
What
one was
circle?
a second.
Okay. And between the two circles, or between the various circles, they get. It's like massively more powerful from one circle to the next, I'm guessing, right?
Mm-hmm.
A first circle demon can be summoned basically at midnight once per day. A second circle can only be summoned by a ritual performed on the night of the new moon. And a third circle can only be summoned by a ritual done that takes a week. And it has to be done during calibration. That is the only time a third circle can be summoned, unless it somehow slips into
Hold the
creation somehow.
line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Kazu_the_Avali raided my stream with 8 viewers.
I'm gonna look at the demons.
Real quick. Sorry. We got a raid here. Hello there, Kazu. Hello. Thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, Kite Music. Hello, everyone. You guys have come into the middle of our Ebon Sales Exalted campaign. It's a very fun campaign. We're currently discussing whether to unleash a demon upon the world, and having disagreements about that. But yeah, thank you so much for that raid, Kazu. I hope your stream went well. Everyone, make sure you hit that heart button above the chat. Make sure you share the love there. And for those coming in, make sure you hit that follow button for me and come join us again. I'll be in the chat from here. Carry on.
What if we were able to replicate the same charm that works here, except do it someplace else? Have her still help us and still work together, but the same charm that keeps her here would keep her just in another location. I mean, we have a Jade Island.
I know the best place for her.
We bond her there. She and her things, her children get to see the sun, get to see the surface, help us out, work with us. And if she decides not to and is a problem, we leave her bonded to the island, or we just sink the island. Then next thing you know, she's back down at the bottom of the ocean.
You know the better place to bond her to?
Where?
Malpheus.
Yes, and throw away a perfectly good opportunity for us to get a very big leg up against our enemies, and save lives.
She would be able to. Her creations can still be here, but she would be.
Okay, so her creations would still be. How does that help us? Okay, we've got her creations. We can't really do much with them without her.
You can make whatever deals you need in Malpheus with her.
I'm gonna go to her and
Freely
say,
able to travel.
I'm gonna go to her and say, would that work?
Theoretically, yes. I exist in multiple places at once, unlike lesser demons. This is just one small aspect of me.
So if you were, let's say, trying to create a thing, you would still be able to help create said thing, even if you were in Malpheus.
I could not attempt to do so unless
You would be an agent for her.
I wouldn't be able to do anything in creation. I could only create things in my garden.
Could we then bring them to creation?
Possibly, if you create a portal or summon them, depending on what type of creatures they were.
How difficult would that be for us?
You would need someone who could do that, so that would be something you would need our sorcerer for.
Or you would develop a charm. Since you are the Yosai's puppet.
I do believe there are rules for creating your own charm.
This would have to be sorcery. It would have to be sorcery.
Maybe Nevis should dip into a little bit of sorcery. I've been considering it, but... And I got plenty of merits to spend. Either way, he doesn't have it right now, so...
Ashford, what do you think? Think the portal option might be a thing?
Where-ny? Where-ny?
Well,
Sarc asked you a question.
can you repeat that?
What do you think of this whole thing?
Ashford is unsure about whether or not they should release them or not. Cause, while it could be useful.
Why don't we go ahead and repeat what was being suggested, Toshime?
That we put this demon back into Malpheus. And their creations can be with us.
Hmm. Ashford kind of thinks on it, but is unsure, and this kind of says, "Well, if you think that's our best option here,
We would need to construct a portal, though, or figure out some way to summon them. Or we could use the exact same binding that was used here. Bind her to, I don't know, an island. Give her some some task that we know is going to take a really long time. That's very specific.
That would just be a year and a day.
I'm going to look at the demon and say, "Hey, how long have you been here in this place performing your duty?"
You don't have a sorcerer that would be able to do this duty.
Her.
Sorry, you cut out there for me.
I'm going to ask, it's like, what exactly is keeping you here, and can it be replicated?
It's simply a sorcerer's bond, a very powerful one.
So theoretically, we could just do the same sorcerer's bond to another place, and then you'd be pretty much in the same situation.
Possibly, yes. She nods.
So we could replicate this with the Jade Island, or the Jade on the island. Like, we could literally just pick a Jade pillar, and then, or the Jade that is currently makes up the island, bind her to that, and theoretically, if something happens, we do the same thing. We sink the island, and then she's back where she's right back to square one, where she's stuck, bound to this object that's under the water, where she can't hurt anyone or threaten any of creation. That's the other plan.
Do you want demon worshippers? That's how you get demon worshippers.
I mean, she's been here for how many years? If there was going to be demon worshippers, then there already were. Plus, we've already met demon worshippers before.
I'm saying if she's bound to the tower up there, and then we have trade and stuff dealing with the Jade.
We can keep it a secret. There have been lies told before. It is not that hard.
So says the Exalted.
Also, it's not like we're going to be trading with Exalted. Or better yet, we could bind her to something that's, underneath the island. There's a lot of different things we can do here. Or we can build the portal. And there's no guarantee that a portal would even work. Or how long and how many resources it would take.
I say the Malpheus plan is the best one. What do you say, Nevis?
I would say either leave them here or Malpheus.
We could also just pick this place up and, move it.
This place is far too large for anything we have available to us for moving it.
Didn't she say she had, the Leviathans that could realistically pick up and move this place? Also, we're exalted. We've done crazier shit.
I am still going for either leaving them where they are or Malpheus.
Ashford, what do you think?
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Nevis. I think there's too much risk otherwise.
I just think it's a waste, but that's where I stand. We're wasting a golden opportunity to get the leg up.
This is power, and we do need more power. But the cost of this power is too great.
Yep, so we're just gonna sacrifice however many lives instead. Yep, that's a great plan.
Her people there that she has created could be trained and set into positions so that literally we would not sacrifice anyone on our end. We could
Okay,
train
but
them
how-
to use non-lethal tactics.
We
So we
could.
would...
Jaffa
But
says,
bringing her
does the demon
creations
seem
in-
more angry or sad at being stuck down here?
How would we control her creations though? How do we know that we could control them? If she controls them from Malpheus.
Or that one was to you from Jaffer.
Are you muted, Kerr?
I was muted. She doesn't really care. You don't even necessarily have to do anything to her here. She still exists in Malpheus. She's in here and in Malpheus at the exact same time.
So then no point in trying to send her back to Malpheus anyways.
There would be a point.
Well, you also would have her still running around here, able to possibly cause trouble and issues and such.
Not from down here.
She knows where the stone is.
Yeah, and what if Mahasuchi finds this place? We found it, and we found the stone.
Very well, then we send her back to Malpheus. But does she actually control her children?
Or can she?
It's not whether she can control it, it's what the children want to do.
So technically, if she were to make children that didn't want to do what we wanted them to do, and we were to summon them, they could just run around and cause more mayhem and destruction.
You didn't talk the children yet to see what they think.
And also, even if we were to send her back to Malpheus and unbind her, then she could run around and run amok. Anyway.
Not from Malpheus. She would have to be summoned. Unless I'm mistaken, Kerr.
You're correct.
Yes, you are correct.
So creation would be safe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because technically she's already running amok in Malpheus anyways. So sending this version of her back isn't going to change anything at all.
This
Except
is a
for
piece of her
she's just
soul.
yeah. Except that she is, no longer also in creation.
But yes.
I'm going to look at the demon and say, your research, may we, I guess, take it and use it for ourselves?
It is here in the facility. It is possible that you may be able to attempt to figure it out.
But you would need to tell us how. Or we would just need to try to figure it out ourselves.
RD, have you downloaded everything and figured out what's going on here? Jaffer has a question here in the chat. What are her feelings of being down here? Any anger, rage, vengeance, sorrow, or yearning?
She would like to be free. She wants to bring her gift to creation. But she's just more kind of resigned and such.
I believe Jaffer is asking for some kind of for the purpose of some kind of
probably
charm.
yearning would be it. If I had to go with one of those, it'd be yearning.
I don't think you have to go with any of those. I think he's asking if any of them are that.
I could see yearning, honestly, for her. She wants out.
Hey, Murder, your scythe judges someone's character if, they're a monster or they're evil, correct?
Jaffa says, Murder will ask her, if she were free, can she swear that she or her creations to do no harm?
Jaffer, I will say that she would not view what she does as harm.
Yeah, she wouldn't see it as harm at all.
And I believe that's something that your character would know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kerr.
She is telling the truth.
Oh yeah, no, he'd probably be able to know that.
And to answer your question, Sarc, for Jaffer, unless he's doing it, his scythe judges guilt. Not so much whether they are monster or evil or whatnot. It is specifically if they are guilty. Again, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right.
Though I'm not sure if it's if they feel guilty over something or
Jaffa says, Murder's scythe judges them based on internal guilt, yes.
Okay,
oh, yeah,
so
demons would never feel guilt.
Yeah. So his scythe is completely useless against demons?
They are just serving their purpose and their duties, what they are made to do.
Yeah.
So we're basically stuck with, because we have no idea. So build the portal is kind of out because it seems like we have no idea what her creations will do if we summon them and they're not bound at all.
You couldn't bind them, they're not demons.
Okay, so we just couldn't bind them, and we would just be summoning what we hope would be things to help us.
I don't think we're summoning anything. We're just taking them with us.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be real. I don't think we'd be able to like control them at all.
Can talk to them.
That's what I
They're
was
right
going to
here.
suggest. Go talk to them.
Jaffa says, if Murder were to forge a major tie of yearning between her and himself, will that allow them to feel comfortable and safe?
Nevis will not feel safe or comfortable with letting a third circle demon loose on creation.
Third circle
regardless of
demons are
anything
scary.
else. Yeah.
Like, for anything but you guys, a third circle demon is basically unstoppable. The only thing that could take on a third circle demon is basically a combat-oriented Exalted who is geared up to face whatever special ability the demon has. Even then, a third circle demon is scary strong. You guys could probably do it. You're Exalted. But
It would be tough.
Yes, it would be difficult to do.
And really only Nevis would be safe from her stuff.
Jaffa says, this is why Murder is looking for a more diplomatic path, and forging a major tie might give us safeguards.
I don't think there is a way for us to forge a diplomatic path with her.
You could make a tie, but then she'd also want to see you changed to be unique.
Yeah. And technically speaking, if she fought all of us, there's a good possibility that, depending, as far as I know, she could literally be like, well, you're all Exalted, so therefore, none of you are.
Not quite. Can't affect the exalt.
Yeah, she can't affect the exaltation.
Otherwise, demons would have won. Way back when.
Fair enough.
And of course, my twin sends me Gurnlogan Ro fight the power.
So I'm going to share something real quick with you guys. This is for 3rd edition. This isn't for this one specifically, but this is Legier's sheets that we were able to get for him for 3rd edition. Like, this is the stat spread for Legier. Dice pools of anything physical, he has 25 dice. Social, he has 25 dice. Mental, 20 dice. He has a parry DV of 13, a dodge defense of 15. His attack, he gets plus 25 added onto his attack. He has a 50 dice pool attack when he's using his lance. And he can add 25 defense to his parry DV as well. So he has a 38 parry DV with his weapon. He can perfectly parry any attack that isn't considered to be holy or powerful against creatures of darkness. For 3 motes, and he has 100 motes.
He can combo.
He is very, very scary. Like this is what a third circle demon can do.
Jaffer, I looked up that charm. So we're not dealing with a mortal creature here. We're not dealing with some regular run-of-the-mill kind of thing. Not even like this is above and beyond like a god, or not above a god, but you know, this is
on par with the most powerful gods in creation that aren't the Incarna.
So
Jaffa says, all I see here is a powerful ally if we can get safeguards to prevent betrayal.
But the thing is, Jaffer, is that the way they think and act is very alien to us. Like, they have a purpose that they were created with. Demons aren't necessarily evil. They're different from, you know, the typical variety of demon. You know, demons are evil. That's kind of a given across all across all genres, except for here.
Demons are the broken primordials.
Yeah, technically their old name used to be the Azuras, the Azers. They were just the servants and assistants to the primordials back beforehand. Before they were turned into the Yozai. When they became the Yozai, they just renamed them the demons to represent like how far they had fallen in their rage at the gods for basically kicking them out of their own house. But they're still technically Azers. They never lost that technically. They just don't go by that title anymore. Their goal, though, what they were made to do, they are the ones who helped shape and make creation. Like, her duty was to craft and make everything unique in creation so that one thing was never copied over and that all of creation could be as unique and interesting as possible for the world she was making. Like, that was her job. That was her duty back when creation was being made. That's all she wants to do again, is basically do her own job. The thing is, people might not necessarily appreciate that. Because she would probably break things. But she doesn't see the breaking as a bad thing. She sees it as making it better. Like, she legitimately cannot understand that. Like, her mind is incapable of it. It goes against what her actual being is.
Yeah,
I think
if you another
go and kill
way...
her, then that part of creation will be destroyed.
If it's
Jaffa
tied
says,
enough to that.
so we need to give her to Bethesda. Stop them making Skyrim again.
Yeah, she would not allow that. She would not allow that. She would smite them.
The easiest way to a kind of comparison would be kind of like a computer program that is built for one specific purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It does not understand good or evil. It does not understand people's feelings about things. It just knows it exists to do this one thing.
To put it in perspective, to go off of like the Yozai / the Primordials, like the beings who made creation, they are even more powerful than a third circle. Like, they are on an entire tier of power higher than the third circle demons are. They're even worse at it, though, a third circle or a primordial cannot view the world outside of whatever the lens of their job is. For example, what was Malpheus's original name? I'm trying to remember it. Crap. The Tyrant King. I'm trying to remember what his name was. Fuck. But basically, Malpheus, the king of the primordials, when he was the king of the primordials, when he was just doing his job, he literally could not see anything outside of basically their relationship to him as king. If they obeyed him and were good subjects, then he was duty bound to protect them and ensure that they were watched over and provided for. If they resisted him or argued against him or basically fought against him, they were considered enemies and needed to be smoked down and destroyed. Not because he hated them, but because his nature of kingship required that a king destroy their enemies. And if they did not serve the king, then they were enemies of the king. That was literally the only way he could see it. That was it. He could not understand anything outside of kingship and how it related to him. The only primordial that was not like this was a Touchstone. And that's because he literally went into his brain and did surgery on himself to try to understand things outside of his purview. And he's still fucking terrible at it. But he can do it.
I think we may be beating a dead horse here, but yeah, that's that charm. Oh no, you are fine. I think we just may have over-explained all of us. But yeah, that charm that would cause confused feelings. I don't think that would even work against her at all.
What page is it on?
He posted it. It's 254. The charm is Black Wind of Desire. Spend 1 mote. The liminal chooses a target they've observed for at least a scene and speaks their name into a natural earthen hollow or purpose-dug passage. They pick another individual, and their target gains a minor tie toward that individual of either confused feelings or based on what mode the liminal uses. A target may only be affected by one use of this charm at a time. He is suggesting using the soil mode, which is a tie based on sorrow or yearning.
It wouldn't work on her. You wouldn't be able to. You can't give her any ties right now because of the bond. She's sorcerously bound right now.
Well, even outside of that, would it work? Like, if we broke it, would they be able to?
It's
Out of
possible. You would have to get through her defenses, but yes, it's possible that I could do so. She could try to trigger a roll-off with some of her abilities that she has.
What if we gave her what if I gave her like a task that specifically had a clause for like, hey, listen, after this is done, you go back to Malpheus. Or if she does something that is like takes it the wrong way, we have a fail-safe.
It would be after a year that you go back to Malpheus after the task.
Okay, so then we bind her, then after a year she goes back to Malpheus.
Depending on the task.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that do we need a year for her to like create stuff for us?
What did you want her to create?
She can help us and create an army. She could help us build weapons. She could help build cities or rebuild shit that was lost by all this war. Literally anything.
She wouldn't rebuild things. She would make new things.
Well, make new things.
Make unique things.
And then after a year, she goes back to Malphite.
She would probably be very amenable to that. It's just the matter of you might not like what she does.
That's kind of with everything, though. Like that's not exactly like. There's
We're
a
talking
lot of
whole
shit.
continents that you might not like anymore.
I mean, we already don't like whole continents because there's a lot of shit exploding currently. So
You want the West to not be water anymore?
It could be lava.
I was about to say we could put something in there that says that, hey, don't do this.
That could piss her off. Because now you're trying to stifle her creation. She might get a little bit annoyed.
Or we could be diplomatic and try to figure out, okay, come to a consensus, an agreement. And if not, I mean, we just send her back to Malpheus. Very easy. And like I said, I will personally make it my mission to make sure that shit doesn't go sideways.
The choice is yours.
And I can keep tabs on it. I can keep you guys informed. We can have a couple armies stay there. We can go about this in a lot of ways. Or we could just throw her into Malpheus.
Yeah, that second one sounds like the best one.
However, if we do throw her into Malpheus, I want all of her research.
We already have that.
Also, I want you to sign over administrative control of the Jade Island to me. As in, it's now my island.
And what are you giving in return?
I'm agreeing to throw away this giant thing. This basically a giant thing that we could use to win, but we're not going to.
I don't see anything that you are actually offering.
I'm saying, listen, I have an idea that we could do that could win. If we're not going to go with that one, then give me control of the island, and then I can use that. Because right now I'm the only one really doing anything with the island, trying to say like, hey, let's set up a base of operations. Let's use it. Let's administrate it. Let's do it. Instead of just having all of our bases. We've got all these resources. Let's fucking use them.
This one is not a resource.
Okay. And I will agree to that if you let me use the island as a resource as well. Or in return. I mean, me and Swiftpaw are already working on developing new stuff. If you gave us control of the island, we could do a lot more. It's not a demon, but I'm pretty sure we could get pretty close to something at least fractionally as powerful.
So are we to leave you behind on the island?
No, I've made sure that there have been proper communications, and various systems have been set up.
We would get a better deal from the guild than from her.
That just has nothing to do with the guild.
I was making a point.
Was it okay? Above game. Was this a point? Was it the point of saying that maybe letting me use the island's a better idea? Because I think that's what you were getting at.
We all have our use for the island.
Also, if we've got like 4 people trying to administrate an island, shit's just gonna get really messy. That's just not efficient. Even before we left, you were just like, "Oh, we can export it," and I was like, "No, we can't export it." Yada yada yada, and nothing was gonna get done. I was the only one who said, "Let's set up defenses. Let's get things going." I've already started administrating it.
We can let Nevis decide what to do with the island then.
Nevis, would you be willing to give me control of the island?
I had no qualms with you administering to the island. I do not appreciate you trying to use this as a bargaining chip in this situation.
I'm not trying to use it as a bargaining chip. I'm saying that, listen, we need to start using our resources, okay? I'm saying, okay, we're throwing away this resource. There's another one that I think we could use that would be just as powerful. I want to use it. Let me use it. Let me use a resource.
Go ahead. You could have simply asked this before.
I mean, I was kind of already, setting stuff up and getting it so they could be defended.
And I already set up trade to be coming here to trade for some of the jade.
Right. But that's already too many people. That's administering it. It'd be much easier if we just have one person. Also, we wouldn't have to argue, we wouldn't have to think over every single decision being made.
Has Ferris arrived yet?
He would just be showing up now, yes.
Ferris, I would like this demon's bond to be broken and them returned to Malpheus.
He'll begin looking it over before looking at you and shaking his head. I can't do that.
Why not?
This is way, way higher than what I could do. I'm only a first circle.
So literally none of us could do this.
You would need you would need the dino to help you. They have some tools that might be able to help you with this. But this is outside of my league.
So not even Zul could have done this.
Zul has something that would allow them to try to do so.
Ah.
They have an artifact. I could help, but I can't lead this. This is way beyond my level. If I tried to do this, I would probably just destroy everything around us. if that.
Jaffa says, "Oh, Mr. Perfect Domino, can you give us a hand?"
There is no response.
Well, it seems that at this time there is nothing that we can do in any case.
Yeah, because I was kind of counting on Zul being here. I think right now.
Let us speak to your children.
She will nod and wave a hand.
So are we literally right next, like, are the children here, or?
Yeah, they're in the room. There's at least a few of them are.
Ah.
They're chasing each other right now.
Are they like literal children, or?
No. They're about human size, give or take. Like your guys' size.
But they're playing like children, alright.
Yes.
Interesting.
But I think this might be a good stopping point. Also, I'm not sure if my stomach actually agreed with the food I had. Also, goddammit, I want Zul to be here, and I don't know where the hell they went.
Apparently they went off to work on securing transportation for work tomorrow.
Fair.
But I think Nevis is definitely dipping into sorcery. As well as
Sorcery is
crafting.
fun. Crafting is also fun.
I want to make some artifacts.
That is something you can do. You have the ship to do it.
Well, in order to take the charm, I need to spend time reading either training or apprenticing to somebody that knows how, or reading text for it. But
RD.
I was planning to be like, does RD have that in his database?
Yes.
Okay.
Either that or the god does.
In that case, I shall have to spend a dramatic scene reading. Literally what it says,
Yeah.
so.
Now, Captain, here is how you do this. Please listen.
Oh, cool, it comes in audiobook form.
Yes.
Well, that makes it easier.
And I will say, by getting rid of the bonds here, you still have the facility.
Jaffa says,
Okay,
Neves
Sarc.
needs audiobook. Cause he can't read.
He has got better sagacity than most of the party. He actually understands, what was it? The ancient English, or not English, but the old tongue or whatever?
Old Realm.
Old Realm, that's what it was. I think he's the only one in the party that... No, Guaco, you do too, right?
No, that would be the person
Okay, the
who's
other...
absent.
Yeah, the only other one that understands Old Realm was Zul. So he very much can read. God, he's He's not just some barbarian. He's got an ego the size of a continent and is very sure of himself, but he's got intelligence too. Anyways, I had fun this evening. I hope you all did as well.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the giant debates.
I was. I knew it was coming when we saw where we were going. We have
Moral
two
quandaries.
We have two people who are from the Hell Exalted.
Fair.
I mean, Sarc sees resources and is like, we can use these. He doesn't really care at this point which one.
Oh, quick thing. Just real fast. Curb, we were changing how the experience or the merits work, right? How we're getting them?
Yes.
Or no? Okay. So it's going to be what did we agree on that? I think it was we get one of each per or not one of each per session, but basically we cycle through them, I believe. I think that's what we agreed on.
Give me a chance to go through everything again, and I will let you guys know what you get from today's session in the chats.
Okay. Technically, by the book, we're supposed to be sitting here and being like, okay, today my goal is this. And then we all have to complete our goals in order to get one of the milestones. They all have weird requirements to them. The Exalt milestone requires something along the lines of we have to actually live true to our exaltation and its guidelines and such. Otherwise, we don't get that. And it's very much a everybody gets it or nobody gets it kind of thing. So yeah, experience, I definitely don't think we were meant to have as much experience as we do. As many milestones. But anyways.
Jaffa says, my goal is for the party to survive the session.
I don't think that counts.
We survived the debate.
We survived the debate. All right, everyone. Thank you.
Jaffa says, what other goals should the Haya have?
The healer have? I don't think we're going to go with the goal idea just because I'm not fond of it personally. And it's always like, well, what is a worthy goal? And such. But anyways, thank you all so much for joining us today for Ebon Sales Exalted. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. There on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, whether it is financially or just with your time. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. You can support the channel that way, or you can also do so by using our Humble Bundle partner link, or by coming by and hanging out with us. As well as don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest a duke.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
And all Sarc needed to do
Bye.
is know her true name.
All right, I'm going to hop off, everyone. I hope you guys